Okay, we're back for round 34, or quiz 34, the lockdown quiz. Couple of good scores last week. Stevie, I think Stevie topped it with 31. Or did Billy get a 31 too? I think Billy and Margaret got a 31. Josie got a 28, and Caroline was in the double figures, and Andre, big shout to Andre. Jean and Davey starting to do well too, starting to go up there with the big hitters, and who else was there? Jean and Davey and Josie and Bill, and said Josie and Bill was somebody else. Who was it? Jerry Smith. Jerry's going well too, and Caroline and Brian. Right. Oh, John and Dawn. Forgot John and Dawn's scores are starting to improve every week, and they're getting up there too to the top flight. Right. Here we go with question 1. According to a TV programme, who lived in the top left-hand corner of Wales? Okay. According to a TV programme, who lived in the left-hand corner of Wales? Number 2. Seth Armstrong was a character in which TV soap from 1972 to 2004? Sorry, 78. Seth Armstrong was a character in which TV soap from 1978 to 2004? And number 3. Which TV show had the catchphrase, "And now for something completely different"? Okay. Which TV show had the catchphrase, "And now for something completely different"? And number 4. Who did Flora MacDonald famously help avoid capture? Okay. Who did Flora MacDonald famously help avoid capture? Number 5. Who famously sang "Happy Birthday" to JFK in 1962? So who famously sang "Happy Birthday" to JFK in 1962? That was number 5. Number 6. Which travel company, one of the oldest and biggest in the world, went bankrupt in 2019? Okay, so which travel company, one of the biggest and oldest in the world, went bankrupt in 2019? Right, be tough one. Which country was called the Upper Volta originally? It was called the Upper Volta originally, but it changed its name in 1984 to what? Okay, so it was originally called the Upper Volta, but it changed its name in 1984 to what? Maybe a bit of controversy in this next one, but yeah, you have to accept my answer because I was Googling it and researching it. What's the largest island in the world? Okay, what's the largest island in the world? Right, that's the first date because I'm getting ready to go to work soon. So half an hour. So pause it if you want to go over some of them, and I'm going to start giving you answers. Number 1. According to a TV programme, who lived in the top left-hand corner of Wales? Ivor the Engine. Seth Armstrong was a character in which TV soap from 1978 to 2004? Emmerdale. And which TV show had the catchphrase, "And now for something completely different"? Monty Python's Flying Circus. Monty Python. You put Monty Python down, you've got it. And who did Flora MacDonald famously help avoid capture? Bonnie Prince Charlie. Who famously sang "Happy Birthday" to JFK in 1962? Marilyn Monroe. And which travel company, one of the oldest and biggest in the world, went bankrupt in 2019? Thomas Cook. And which country was originally called the Upper Volta and it changed its name? It changed its name to Burkina Faso. And apparently Burkina Faso means the land of incorruptible people. That was what That's what Burkina Faso means translated. Right, number 8. What's the largest island in the world? It's Greenland. People say an island is a piece of land completely surrounded by water, which could be Australia. But when I was Googling this, it says you can't be both. You're either a continent or an island. So if you're a continent, you can't be an island. You can't be both. And islands are smaller than continents anyway. So what does it say here? Large islands on it. And if you're a continent, you can't be also an island, as they are separate things. Okay, so the answer is Greenland. Right, add your scores up. We're going to go on to round 2. Is this a connection? Is this some connection? Right, this is going to be music. So what could be the connection here? Which musician was known as Satchmo? Which musician was known as Satchmo? Number 2, it was once the hub of the songwriting and music composing industry of New York. What was it called? It was once the hub of the songwriting and music composing industry of New York. What was it called? Number 3, what city in Tennessee is generally regarded as the home of country music? What city in Tennessee is generally regarded as the home of country music? Right, I think Josie will get this. Billy might get this too. Number 4, Anne Margot Lantry died on the 23rd of December 2018. She was 75. But which 60s group was she a member of? Anne Margot Lantry. She died on the 23rd of December 2018, age 75. But which 60s group was she a member of? Number 5. In Benny Hill's song, Ernie LaFoss's Milkman in the West, what food product killed him? Okay, in the song Ernie LaFoss's Milkman in the West, what food product killed him? Okay, Stephen Rita might get this. I think they bought the single here, the single. Who had a hit in the 60s with 1, 2, 3 O'Leary? Who had a hit in the 60s with 1, 2, 3 O'Leary? I think Stevie might have the album, so he should get this one. Number 7. Which song contains the lyrics, "And now as tears subside, I find that it's all so amusing"? Okay, which song contains the lyrics, "And now as tears subside, I find that it's all so amusing"? On the final round on your music round, which comedian had the biggest selling single of 1965? Which comedian had the biggest selling single of 1965? Which is good for the comedians, and the Beatles and the Stones and all them big 60s groups were about there. So he had the biggest selling single of 1965. But who was it? The comedian. Right, pause them. I want to go back on some of them. And I'm going to give you the answers. Which musician was known as Satchmo? Louis Armstrong. Satchmo was short for Satchel Mouth. Satchmo. And it was once the hub of the songwriting industry of New York. It was Tin Pan Alley. And the city in Tennessee regarded to the home as the home of country music, Nashville. And Anne Margot Lantry died on 23rd of December 2018, age 75. Which 60s group was she a member of? She was known as Honey Langtree, and she was a drummer with the Honeycombs, who had a big hit with Have I the Right. In Benny Hill's song, Ernie LaFoss's Milkman in the West, what food product killed Ernie? A stale pork pie. So if you've got a pork pie, a stale pork pie caught him in the eye and Ernie bit the dust. It was a pork pie. And who had a hit in the 60s with 1, 2, 3 O'Leary? Des O'Connor. And which song contains the lyrics, and now as tears subside, I find that it's all so amusing. My Way, Frank Sinatra, My Way. And which comedian had the biggest selling single of 1965? It was Ken Dodd with Tears. Right, all them scores up, and we're going to go on to round 3. Okay, round 3, number 1. Which sporting event has the most live spectators? Okay, so which sporting event has the most live spectators? So I don't mean people's watching on TV. I mean, if say if you go to a rugby match and there's 30,000 watching it. Okay, so what sporting event has the most live spectators? Number 2, which brothers appeared in Duck Soup and Monkey Business? Which brothers appeared in Duck Soup and Monkey Business? Okay, you probably all know which planet has the hottest temperature, but which planet has the second highest surface temperature? Okay, so which planet has the second highest surface temperature? So you've only the one shot. You've only the one chance there. Number 4. Which area in Mayfair, London is famous for its well-made suits? Which area in Mayfair, London is famous for its well-made suits? Number 5. What was the name of the ship in which the Pilgrim Fathers set sail in? What was the name of the ship in which the Pilgrim Fathers set sail in? Right, I'm looking for a person's job here. During a mass, this person's responsibilities include assisting the priest, announcing the general intercessions, and distributing communion. Also, another Google bit that says, a member of the lowest rank of the threefold Christian ministry. So who is he? Number 7. Which British newspaper, after 160 years in print, printed its final edition on the 10th of July 2011 following revelations of a phone hacking scandal? Okay. Which British newspaper, after 160 years in print, printed its final edition on the 10th of July 2011 following revelations of a phone hacking scandal? Number 8. Scooby-Doo. Number 8. What connects all these answers? So what's the number 8? What connects all these answers? I thought this was a good one. I just got something into my head and says, right, that's the subject this week, and then I had to try and work out wee questions to fit it in. I'm getting into this now, so I'm proud of this one. I like this wee one. So what connects all these? I think Stevie might get this. Okay, we're going to go on to round 4. No, answers. A connection round. So pause it and go back on some of them because you probably didn't realise it was a connection round. So you have to go and write the answers out and try and work things out. Right, answers to the connection round. What sporting event has the most live spectators? It's the Tour de France. Which brothers appeared in Duck Soup and all in Monkey Business? The Marx Brothers. Which planet has the second highest surface temperature? Well, it's not the one beside the sun isn't the hottest. It's the second one from the sun's the hottest because of the greenhouse effect of all the gassy cloud cover, and it's actually hotter than Mercury. So Mercury, which is beside the sun, so Mercury is the second highest temperature. The answer was Mercury. Which area in Mayfair, London is famous for its well-known suits? Savile Row. And what was the name of the ship in the Pilgrim Fellers that's sailing? The Mayflower. And during Mass, this person's jobs includes all that what I told you. He was a deacon. And which British newspaper, after 160 years in print, printed its final edition on the 10th of July 2011 after revelations of a phone hacking scandal? The News of the World. And what connects all the answers? Right, I'm going to go over them. Tour de France, which is a bicycle race. The Marx Brothers, a Duck Soup, and Monkey Business. They also appeared in films called Night at the Opera and A Day at the Races. And the planet has a second highest surface temperature, it's Mercury. And Savile Row was the answer for the suits, who is tailors are make these expensive suits. And the name of the ship and what the Pilgrim Feller sailing, the Mayflower. And during the Mass is a deacon and the News of the World. So we've got bicycle race, Night at the Opera, Day at the Races. You've got Mercury, which would be Freddie. You've got Taylor, which could be John Taylor. You've got the Mayflower, Brian May. You've got the Deacon, which would be John Deacon. And you've got the News of the World, which was a Queen album. So the answer, the connection was Queen. Queen. Right, bicycle race. That was one of our singles. Right, hope you like that one. I like that myself. Right, number 4. Which bird can achieve the fastest speed? That could be flying or in a dive. Okay, the fastest speed, whatever way you want, but it has the fastest speeds. I can go up to 200 miles an hour. What's the time? 16. In Johnny Preston's 1960 hit, who did Running Bear love? In Johnny Preston's 1960 hit, who did Running Bear love? Here's a tough one. I think probably Billy Gray would probably only one to get this. Billy and Margaret. Although somebody might guess it because you have a 25 to 1 shot. Or 26. And Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes stories, Inspector Lestrade's first initial is revealed to be what? In Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes stories, Inspector Lestrade's first initial is revealed to be what? Okay, number 4. How many terrestrial planets, that's planets with solid surfaces, are there in our solar system? So out of our 8 planets, how many have solid surfaces? In the book and film Animal Farm, what type of animal was Napoleon? Okay, in the book and film Animal Farm, what type of animal was Napoleon? Number 6. What company is the biggest tyre manufacturer in the UK? Now, this isn't a trick one. I'm not talking Lego or anything. This is real car tyres. Real tyres. Which company is the biggest tyre manufacturer in the UK? Number 7. What non-European country completed in the Eurovision Song Contest for the first time in 2015? Okay, so which non-European country competed in the Eurovision Song Contest for the first time in 2015? Okay, number 8. The small city of St. Aspath is in which part of the British Isles? That would have been a good one for pointless. St. Aspath, never heard of it. The small city of St. Asaph, how do you say it even? ASAPH, St. Asaph is in which part of the British Isles? It's a population of 3,355 in the last census, making it the second smallest city in the UK after St. David's, which has 1,372 in the last census. Okay, pause that and go back. I'm going to go over some of them and I'm going to give you the answers to get down to work here. Which bird can achieve the fastest speed that can be flying or in a dive? I think it's in a dive at 200 miles an hour. It's a peregrine falcon. In Johnny Preston's 1960 hit, who did Running Bear love? Little White Dove. In Conan Doyle Sherlock Holmes stories, Inspector Lestrade's first initial is revealed to be G. How many terrestrial planets are there? That's planets with solid surfaces. It's Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars. Only 4. The first 4 from the Sun is the only ones with solid surfaces. I think all the other ones are gas giants and things like that. In the book and film Animal Farm, what type of animal was Napoleon? He was a pig. And which company is the biggest tire manufacturer in the UK? Michelin. And what non-European country competed in the Eurovision Song Contest for the first time in 2015? Australia. And the small city of St Asaph is in which part of the British Isles? Wales. Okay, last round. Is it? Yeah. Number 1, not a wee controversial one here. So, how many girls' names are there on the phonetic alphabet? How many girls' names are there on the phonetic alphabet? Now, there's like Zulu and all, so I'm not going to take any, because there's probably somebody called Zulu in Africa or somewhere. So, we're going to give the UK, USA and Australia, okay? We're just going to give you them 3 countries that can, their names. They can be from the USA, Australia or the UK. I'm not going to give all the Swahili names and all that there, because it could be any of them. Right, so how many names are there? Girls' names. Number 2, he was an Italian general and leader of the struggle to unify the Kingdom of Italy. He visited South Shields in England in 1854 and he had a biscuit named after him. Who was he? He was an Italian general and leader of the struggle to unify the Kingdom of Italy. He visited South Shields in England in 1854 and he also had a biscuit named after him. Who is he? Number 3, Wilbur Post owned a famous animal on TVs, a TV 60s show. Who was the animal that Wilbur Post owned? And number 4, which artist created a piece made up of a platinum skull encrusted with diamonds? Which artist created a platinum skull encrusted with diamonds? And number 5, the ending of which Hitchcock movie takes place on Mount Rushmore? The ending of which Hitchcock movie takes place on Mount Rushmore? Number 6, in which city is there a popular statue of a Skye Terrier named Greyfriars Bobby? In which city is there a popular statue of a Skye Terrier named Greyfriars Bobby? Now here's one I didn't know this myself till I read it somewhere and I googled it, and apparently it's been going like this for 1980. Which famous person on a horse has had a traffic cone on his head since the 80s? It's claimed to represent the humour of the local population. It's in Glasgow. Who's the statue of? It's a statue of a man on horseback, but since the 80s he's had a traffic cone on his head, and it's claimed to represent the humour of the population of this area. Who is the person on horseback? Number 8. The world's tallest statue is called the Statue of Unity, and it's at 597 feet. Which country is this? The world's tallest statue, the Statue of Unity. What country is it in? Right, pause that there, because I'll have to get to work here and get ready. Right, answers. Hope you enjoyed this one, especially the connection. I thought the connection was good. I think Stevie will get it, Stevie and Rita. Don't know about John and John, I think, but I'd be impressed if Billy and Margaret got it, because it's not their sort of subject, so, but he could. How many girls' names are there on the phonetic alphabet? USA, Australia and the UK. There's 5. India. Well, I know somebody up in Grand Cairn called India. India, Juliet, Sierra. So Sierra McCormick is an actress in Australia. Sierra, I think that was Sierra. Charlie, which is common. And Delta Goodrum, the actress and all, Delta. So there's 5. He was an Australian general and leader of the struggle to unify the Kingdom of Italy. Who was he? He was Giuseppe Garibaldi, the Garibaldi biscuit. And Milder Post owned a famous animal on TV. He was Mr. Ed. And which artist created a piece made up of a platinum skull encrusted with diamonds? Damien Hirst. And the Hitchcock movie where it takes place in Mount Rushmore? North by Northwest. And in which city is there a popular statue of a Skye Terrier named Greyfriars Bobby? Edinburgh. And the famous person on a horse in a statue that's had a traffic cone in his head from about the 80s, the early 80s. It's Arthur Wolseley. It's the Duke of Wellington. The Duke of Wellington. And the world's tallest statue and Statue of Unity is in which country? It's in India. The Statue of Unity, 597 feet. Right, I hope you enjoyed that there. And let me know your scores. I'll give them out in the next show. Okay, have a good week. See you soon.